offence rests, let's lay it down. Gonna dig deep, wave that verdict round. The defense rests, time to analyze. With the evidence, we'll unveil the crime. Justice served in an honest fight. True crime tales till the verdict's right. Solving more than just trivial quests, where sentences rule at the defense rests.
Morning. Good Melburnian morning. Monday morning? No. Good Melburnian Monday evening. Welcome back. I am the defense rests, and I have rested. Unlike some I'm gathering. Good morning, Tricia. How are you, sweet cheeks? I know I was late. You know, when you're a cripple, some things just take a little bit longer. Did we all have a good weekend? Did you get up to anything exciting? Anyone have a life outside of the YouTubers? No? Because I don't. Did we all catch the it was lovely to see you at the podcast. That was good. I think that went well. I actually managed all of the program software by myself. So for the second go without a hitch, that was good, I thought. Oh, you started hanging Christmas lights. Oh, love. I don't do Christmas. Not anymore. It takes me longer to set it all up. And I've got my two girls, but they have myself and my ex-husband, plus their partners whose parents have separated. So they've got 4 people who are nagging to see them Christmas Day. So if I'm lucky, I might get a couple of hours. So we generally organise something a couple of weeks prior to Christmas, just with me and the girls and their partners. And this year I'm actually going up to see my mum in Harvey Bay and spend Christmas with her. So I'm not doing Christmas decos or anything like that because the cats just go ballistic. Knock them all over anyway. I've got a little tree with little cat ornaments. That's it. That's the extent of my Christmas. And we do like a secret Santa. Done. You know what? I used to do it when I was with my ex-partner. There was 7 of us. So he had 3, I had 2 kids. And yeah, I did the big traditional Christmas and everything. I had themed Christmases, so it was either silver and purple, and I had matching everything. It was beautiful. But yeah, no, it was never appreciated. But congratulations, that's awesome. Yeah. I do like Christmas lights and stuff. In fact, I've just ordered some for the background here. Not for Christmas, just because. So we've done Leilani, and I've spent the weekend trying to think of another trial. But there's a few things in the works this week, and I kind of feel if I start a new trial, we're going to have to break it up, which is okay. I can do that. But I thought maybe we'd do something a little bit different. So I've taken the Aussie angle tonight. Tonight we're going to have a look at some of the Australian laws and how they differ from the American. We have some crazy, crazy laws that have never been updated for years and years and years. So we've got 5 crazy laws that I've found, and some tips and tricks for you know, if you're being pulled over by the police, and the typical questions they will ask you to try and trick you into incriminating yourself, and a few other bits and bobs that I found. But yes, we're doing Aussie crime today, so enjoy. Now, you'll like this first guy. And a shout out, I will say, to Aussie Preppers and John CADOGAN. Now, their links to their channels are in the video description box, and you can give them a squiz and a like and sub if you should choose to. Good morning, Kiwi Sniper students. I'm in Melbourne. So this gentleman that we're going to watch now is in New South Wales. Let me bring him up. Now, which one have I got? That one. That's better. Okay. So this is Aussie Preppers, and he's got 5 crazy laws that we Aussies must abide by. Let's have a listen, shall we?
So I'm doing a video today about the 5 craziest laws in Australia that still exist. And there's a fair chance you won't actually believe me that these laws still exist. So make sure you look these up for yourself and fact check anything that I say. I'm happy to be proven wrong down in the comment section. Crazy law number 1. In Western Australia, Section 22 of the Marketing of Potatoes Act 1946 prohibits any person to possess more than 50 kilos of potatoes unless you are authorised to possess those potatoes.
I actually think that may go back to the times of Prohibition, where there was people were making vodka out of potatoes, perhaps. So, yeah, I've just written. Did you not just hear my? Did you not hear it on the stream?
I didn't hear you on the stream. I'm just like, dumb Australian laws.
Yeah, have a look what's on the screen.
Oh,
50 kilos of potatoes. I know. Sorry. My housemates just come up with a weirdest, the one I just said. I'm one step ahead of you. Yes, so yeah, it's my belief that that's probably been there since Prohibition, no doubt.
And the fine for this offence is $2,000. And what's even more crazy, police can actually stop and search your car without warrant if they suspect that you're carrying more than 50 kilos of potatoes.
Police can search your car without a warrant if they suspect you've got more than 50 kilos, and it's a $2,000 fine.
Potatoes, and you're not authorised to have those potatoes.
So what about Safeway?
That's insane. Crazy law number 2. In Victoria, it is illegal to use a vacuum cleaner between 10 p.m. and...
In Victoria, it's illegal to use a vacuum cleaner between 10 p.m. and 7 a.m.
7 a.m. if that vacuum cleaner can be heard from any other residence that's nearby.
Yep.
I'm being serious. This is a current law in Victoria, in Australia. Now, if convicted of this offence, this can attract fines of over $18,000.
$18,000 fine.
Now, if you don't believe me, look up Section 48A of the Environmental Protections Act 1970. It's still current and it's still active.
Jesus.
That's crazy. Crazy law number 3.
18,000 Australian dollars. That'd be what? 45, 50, 35 US. Yeah. To use a vacuum. I'm going to look that law up.
Takes us back to New South Wales, where it is illegal to splash mud on a bus passenger. Now, this offence will attract fines of up to $2,200 in New South Wales. Now, you can fact check this yourself by looking up Regulation 291-3 of the Road Rules 2014. Madness. Now, crazy law number 4 takes us back to Victoria, where it is
Of course.
illegal to correspond or engage in business with pirates.
It's illegal.
Not sure there's too many pirates left in Victoria these days.
It's illegal to correspond or do business with pirates. Good morning, Christine.
Australia has a record law. Any pregnant female can urinate in a policeman's hut.
Oh my lord.
Same as England.
An unenforced law here, one cannot carry an upside down ice cream cone in your pocket. What the? Like a waffle or just a regular everyday? Okay. I was looking up this this act. 48A of the Environment Protection Act deals with the emissions of unreasonable noises from residential premises. Are you for shiz? What the? Residential noise may be unreasonable at any time of the day, depending on its volume, intensity, and duration. Wow. Just wow. So I couldn't vacuum my house now. If I went and spilt some Cheerios or something, I couldn't get the vacuum out. If it's upright, it's okay. Oh dear.
Now, this is actually still a current law in Australia. You can look this up by looking up Section 70C of the Crimes Act 1958 of Victoria. So whatever you do, do not
Don't
engage
have
in
dealings with
correspondence or
pirates.
business with pirates if you're living in Victoria.
Mm-hmm.
Now, crazy law number 5 takes us back to New South Wales, where it is illegal to be more than 3 metres away from your car if it's not locked and secured.
It's illegal to be more than 3 metres away from your car if it's not locked and secured with the windows done up in New South Wales.
Only in Victoria.
No, it's New South Wales, apparently.
I do got done in Willida.
There you
Well,
go.
locked and secured, it means it's got to be locked. All windows have to be up and closed. So
How
if
many
you've got
of
your
you have
windows
done that?
down and you're more than 3 metres away from your car, you're committing an offence.
Yep.
So for all those people always commenting on my video saying if you don't break the law, you won't get in trouble,
You could
well, I
be
bet
breaking
you've
it
all broken
inadvertently
that
and not
one.
knowing.
I bet you've all filled up your car, gone inside and paid for petrol without locking your car and winding all your windows up. So there you go. You can easily be on the wrong
This guy's a
side of the
cracker.
law and not even know it.
He's a
So if
cracker.
your car's not locked and secured and you step away more than 3 metres from your car, you've committed the offence. So if you enjoyed today's video and the format that I
Have a look at his next one. Where's my playlist? Okay, he had some actually good good points to how to say, like when you. Here we go. 3 trick questions police will
welcome
ask.
back to the Aussie Prep
Will ask you when they pull you over.
channel, and welcome back to another video. Now in today's video we're going to discuss
This actually shows a little bit of the differences in between probable cause and what we call it, and the laws relating to, you know, searching vehicles. And
3 trick questions that police will ask you when they stop you in your car, and also why they ask those questions and how you should answer those questions, or should you answer those questions at all. Now these questions are in no particular order and they may ask you all of those or none. But generally, you will be asked at least one of these questions when you're stopped in your car. Question number 1, do you know why I pulled you over?
every time I've been pulled over, that's the first question they ask me. And no, officer, I have no idea. Not, yeah, I was speeding. Or maybe, did I run that red light? Or you just incriminated yourself? No, officer, I've got no idea.
Or do you know why I stopped you? Now, the reason they ask that question is so you can incriminate yourself. So you might answer, I was only going 5 k's over the limit. You have just incriminated yourself. You have just admitted to a driving offence. So the simple answer to the question is
I was drunk,
no.
officer?
That's it. That easy. Do you know why I've pulled you over?
No.
No. I've got no idea. The second question you might be asked is, do you know how fast you were going? Now, what they're expecting you to say
Yes, don't
is,
say no.
no, sorry, I've got no idea. Or again, they might be hoping that you incriminate yourself by saying, oh, but I was only just over the limit. If you say the latter, you've just admitted to having committed a traffic offence and you will be issued with a ticket. The correct answer to give to that question would be the speed limit. Do not say, I don't know, because anything you say is recorded. So if you say, I don't know, and then the officer issues you with a ticket, and 3 months later you turn up to court to fight that ticket, and in your defence you say, but I was only going the speed limit. The officer will then pull up the recording of you saying, I don't know how fast I was going. He has just shown you up to be lying, because 3 months earlier he has recorded you saying that you didn't know how fast you were going. Then 3 months later, when you're sitting in court, you're saying you were going the speed limit. How do you know? If you didn't know at the time, how do you know 3 months later? So the correct answer to that question is always the speed limit or just below the speed limit. Simple. And the third question will mainly apply to younger people and maybe people that look a bit suspect or dodgy. The officer will ask, can I search your car, or can I have a look through your car?
Absolutely not.
The answer to that is always no. No. No, you can't. The reason they're asking that question is because they've got no cause to search your car. They have no reasonable suspicion. That's the term that's used in Australia. You've got to have reasonable suspicion to be able to search that car. And there's ways that police can build reasonable suspicion. We're not going into that today. That could be another video if you're interested in that. However, if they're asking you that question, they don't have reasonable suspicion, so they've got no reason to search your car, and they're just fishing. So they're saying, can I search your car? If you say yes, and then if they search your car and they find something, they've got you on record saying that you gave them permission to search their car. So the answer to that question is always no. In future videos, I can go into a lot of this stuff for people that are interested. Or if there's a video specifically you want me to make, leave a comment down below and give me some video ideas of stuff that you might want to know. Now, the stuff I've spoke about applies in Australia. I'm using terms that are used in Australia. For example, if you're in the US, you've got similar rules, but they might not be the same and there might be different wording. Instead of reasonable suspicion, they might say probable cause. Probable cause doesn't really exist in Australia. Not for traffic stops and that sort of stuff anyway. So if you're based in Australia, don't get your legal advice from America or from England or from New Zealand, because they're all different. They've got different rules. Different rules apply in different countries. And if you do get yourself in trouble, go get some legal advice. That's
Say nothing. Say nothing. All right. What else did I find? Can police arrest you for questioning? What that's about. Is this the same guy?
Welcome back to the Aussie Prepper channel, and welcome back to another video. Now, the rules I'm specifically talking about apply in New South Wales, but very, very similar laws apply all over Australia. Now, today's question is a question that's come up quite a few times, and it is, can police arrest you for questioning? The simple answer is no. No, they cannot arrest you for questioning. Police can ask you to come to the station for questioning or come down to the station for an interview, but you do not have to comply and you do not have to go. And I would highly recommend seeking competent legal advice prior to attending the police station for an interview or for questioning. If police had enough evidence against you, they would have already arrested you. So when they're asking you to come down to the police station for questioning, they're basically trying to get more information, or they're trying to get information from you that will convict you or link you to an offence. And again, if they had sufficient evidence against you already, you would have already been arrested and taken to the police station. Now, once you are arrested, they can then ask you to submit to an interview, which you can also refuse. You do not have to speak to police when you're arrested. You do not have to submit to an interview. I would highly recommend, again, seeking legal advice if you have been arrested for an offence and police ask you to be interviewed. But in short, no, police cannot.
In Australia, we have we don't have Miranda warnings or anything like that, but we have an option of what's called what's it called? Oh, there's a name for it. But if you're in a police interview, you can literally say, no answer, not answering. No, not answering. I can't remember the name of it. It'll come to me. It'll come to me.
Arrest you for the purpose of an interview. However, they can arrest you if they believe that they have enough evidence against you to charge you, and then they can ask you for an interview, not the other way around. They can ask you for an interview, but they can't arrest you unless they have enough evidence. I hope that's not too confusing. So what police will often do, if they suspect you may have been involved in an incident, but they don't have enough evidence, they will ask you to come to the station and be questioned or interviewed, in the hope that you will comply with their request, in the hope that then they may be able to get more.
No comment. No comment. That's what you can say. So throughout, you can go through a 2-hour interview with the police, and in every option say no comment, no comment. In fact, my brother, when he was younger, came home with a recording, a police recorded interview on a CD, and all he said was no comment, no comment, no comment. That would infuriate me, absolutely infuriate me.
More information from you that will incriminate you in the offence, that will give them enough evidence to then arrest and charge you. A lot of people feel obliged that they have to comply if police come up to them and say, oh, can you come down to the station for questioning? You don't have to do it. You don't have to go there, okay? Just keep that in mind. They're requesting you, and the fact that it's police asking you to do something, most people think that they have to comply with that request. It's like a psychological thing. The police officer comes up to you, goes, hey, can you come down to the police station? We need to ask you some questions. Most people will go, oh, yeah, okay. And they will turn up the police station. And
the no comment interview is like our version of the fifth. Just more, I don't know, arrogant, I suppose. Like, no comment, no comment, no comment.
They then may end up getting arrested because they've opened their mouth. You do not have to attend the station.
And how many times have we actually seen that in the last few trials that we've done? Sarah Boone, Leilani Simon, all have mouths. This is what I'm hearing. This is what I want to hear.
No, you cannot be arrested for questioning. You can, however, be arrested if they already have enough evidence against you. Now, if you enjoyed...
Right, let's see. There was another one I found that was actually quite funny. Where is it? Where'd it go? Oh, what details do you have? This isn't what I was thinking of, but what details do you have to give police when driving? in Australia.
Welcome back to the Aussie Prepper channel and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to discuss what questions you must answer when you're driving a car or when you are in control of a car, which may mean
Not traveling, as the Somerset would call it, but I was traveling.
that you are the owner of a car. And what I'm talking about mainly applies to New South Wales and Australia. However, other states have very, very similar laws. And if you are not 100% sure...
Oh, the other thing I wanted you guys to do, see how many slang words you can come up with in chat on what you call the police or law enforcement. I've given you one to start off, the popo. The popo. What else do we call them over here? The no, my brain. She no want to work today. I'll put it in chat when I remember it.
Maybe just look up your local laws just to confirm that it matches up to what I'm telling you here. If you're driving a car, and this is regardless of whether you are the owner of the car or just the driver, you must supply police with your name, your home address,
Jacks.
And your driver's license.
We call them the jacks. Yeah, the jacks were just here. The jacks pulled me over.
If you are the driver of the car involved in an accident, you must provide the same things. You must provide your name, your address, and your driver's license. Now, you must provide these three things to the driver of any other car that may have been involved in the same accident, or motorbike for that matter, or pedestrian, and to any person whose property was damaged in the accident. So maybe some person's fence, house, shop, etc. was damaged in the accident. You have to provide those details to that.
We don't have to provide proof of insurance over here. As part of our registration, our car registration, there is what's called a Transport Accident Commission or TAC component, which covers what's an insurance component, basically, which covers any road accidents with regards to injuries and stuff that have, well, doesn't completely cover them, but yeah, we all have to pay a percentage of car registration goes to the TAC.
That person as well, or the owner of that property. And if police request, you are also obliged to provide a version of events surrounding the accident, which is your version of events surrounding the accident. And this version is a very simple version of what took place. Now, if you are the registered owner of a car or motorbike, it is your responsibility to know who is driving that car. And if that car was involved in an accident, a traffic offence or crime of any type, you are obliged to provide police with the name and address of the person that was driving the car at the time of the incident. Now, if the car was involved in a serious offence or crime, the driver must provide their name and address, as well as the name and address of any passengers in the car. So in that sense, the passengers are also required to identify themselves if the car was deemed or is suspected of having been involved in a serious incident. Apart from those incidents mentioned, you are not required to answer any other questions or provide any other details to police when you are stopped by police whilst driving a car. You don't have to answer any other questions, and especially questions that may incriminate you, such as where are you coming from, where are you going, why were you speeding, how fast do you think you were going, why do you think I have stopped you, etc., etc. So all those questions you do not have to answer, but if you believe there's no harm in you answering those questions, you can answer those questions. but you don't have to. The general recommendation is do not answer questions. Now, if you enjoyed today's very, very quick video,
I think we're getting the gist of his well, 5 things you must remember if you get pulled over. Right?
If it ends up in front of a prosecutor, the prosecutor's probably going to not bring charges. And even if they do, you're probably going to beat those charges.
This isn't
Welcome to the
Australia.
Biker Rebellion. I'm your host, Ginger, here with founding member of the Biker Lawyers, Pete Leahy. Now, Pete, today we're going to talk a little bit about what to do when the police stop you. So what's your first piece of advice out there for bikers, for people on cars, for anybody?
The first thing you need to do is make a judgment call on whether you're in a situation where if you behave a certain way, you may well get a break.
Sure.
Versus if you don't think that's going to happen and kind of see how things are shaken down with the officer, you may need to go a different direction and go into immediate protect yourself mode.
Okay, so we have 2 different potential scenarios already. We have one with friendly cop and we have one with very unfriendly cop. And they're pretty quick to let you know which version they are, at least based on personal experience at this point.
You bring up friendly versus angry. Don't let yourself get lulled to sleep by that either. I don't want anybody to misconstrue what I'm saying. I'm not saying that all law enforcement are bad or even a significant portion of them. I'm talking about those rare occasions where an officer does have an agenda and they are trying to back you into a corner and get you to convict yourself of something. So an officer might come off as very friendly, but when they start asking things like, where have you been?
Sure.
Where are you going? Have you been drinking? These are questions that are more along the line of they're fishing and they're looking for something else to charge you with.
Gotcha. So the moment they start getting into a conversational tone and they start asking questions about your life and what's happening, now we're past the friendly side. Now we're more towards they're fishing for something else, so we need to be protective.
It's time to go on alert because you do not have to sit there and answer just any questions that a law enforcement officer might ask. If it's a legitimate traffic stop, they have a right to see your driver's license. They have a right to see your registration. They have a right to see your proof of insurance, and they really don't have a right beyond any of those things.
Okay, so if they don't have those rights and they are asking these questions, what do you say?
So the first, and again, at this point, I've concluded that this officer is looking to go beyond just a routine traffic stop.
Sure.
At that point, I'm going to say, I'm sorry, sir, I don't answer questions.
Okay. And I'm assuming this is going to infuriate because you're stonewalling, right? And it's a correct stonewall, but it's still a stonewall. So you're probably going to piss off the officer a little bit with that. What do you do when they come back at you with anything? Because they may come back with you with something to the degree of, just answer the fucking question, you know?
You need to stick with what you've already said, and that is, I don't answer questions.
Just keep it calm, monotone. This is going to be the response all the way in and out.
Yes.
Okay.
You stay respectful and you say, I don't answer questions.
Now, what if they start commanding you to do things where they tell you, hey, okay, get out of the car? What do you do then?
That's the typical example. Get out of the car, come back to my vehicle with me. You need to look at them and say, sir, is that a request or a command?
Okay. And if they tell you it's a request,
then you say, I decline, sir.
And if they say it's a command,
even if they're wrong, even if they don't have the authority to make you get out of your car, if they say it's a command, you get out and you do what they're commanding you to do. And by the way, let me back up to at the start of this stop. Hopefully you've had the foresight to turn on a video camera. Almost all of us carry one in our pocket. Turn on the video camera so it doesn't come down to the officer's word versus yours, because guess what? The jury's going to believe the cop.
And what if they tell you to turn off the video camera?
Is that a request or a command?
And if it's a command,
you turn it off.
Okay. But now we're into murky territory. That said, now that video is going to go in.
That we differ. It's not illegal in Australia to videotape a conversation that you are a part of or you are participating in. It's illegal to use your mobile phone whilst driving. So if you pick up your mobile phone, actually, no, not while driving, whilst in control of a vehicle. So that means even just sitting in the driver's seat with the keys in the ignition. You don't actually have to be moving anywhere. If you pick up your mobile phone and start recording, they can actually give you a ticket for using your mobile phone whilst in operation of a vehicle. So they're suggesting, or the ones that I watched today were suggesting either a GoPro or your dash cam or something like that, unless you're out of the car. But they cannot legally stop you from videoing them, and they cannot confiscate it from you. That is considered assault or trespass, I think. So, yeah, they cannot stop you.
In front of a jury that they commanded it to go off, and they should still have their body cam footage at this point, at least in the state of Iowa.
If the officer has commanded you to turn off your camera, then they're going to be looked at not favorably by the time that gets in front of a jury, if it even gets that far. If you've got an officer that commands somebody to turn off a camera, I'm going to guess 9 times out of 10 the prosecutor is not going to bring that case.
Okay. Fair enough. Is there a scenario where you get let go? Is there a scenario where you're going to ask whether you can go?
That's a good question, because the Iowa Supreme Court has been very clear. A routine traffic stop should not take more than 10 minutes.
Okay.
So that means that if you are following protocol, and by that I mean not letting the officer wander into other territory and asking the questions of,
where are you coming from? Where have you been? What have you been drinking?
You need to be saying, I don't answer questions, because if you start answering those questions, that can be seen as consent to continuing the interview and the stop. Whereas if your approach to those questions is, I don't answer questions, then you're shutting it down, and the cops have to conclude their business within 10 minutes. And if they don't, chances are pretty strong that the charge will never see the light of day. And if it does, it's probably going to get tossed.
Okay. Are there other red flags that are worth knowing when a cop stops you and it's a routine traffic stop? What are the biggest red flags, in your opinion, that you need to watch out for?
Do you mind if I search your cooler?
Sure. It's a very Iowa one, yes.
And your answer is,
No.
You need to be clear about this. I do not consent.
And if they tell you it's a command?
If they command, you let them do it. But again, if they command you, then they're never going to be able to bring charges out of it anyway. They don't have a right to search you or your vehicle or your motorcycle saddlebags without your consent unless they've got probable cause.
Now, from what I recall, there's a difference between what is in your car versus what is in the back of your car, like a trunk, in terms of what they're allowed to look at, etc. Does that exist for the biker world with saddlebags? Like, is that the motorcyclist's trunk? Do different laws apply in terms of what they're allowed to look at, not look at?
Well, let's back up to what I was saying before.
Sure.
Unless they've got reasonable cause to believe there's some kind of a crime, then they do not have the authority to search anything.
Okay.
So just because you got a cooler on your back seat, that doesn't mean they get to search it because they can see the cooler. Now, if they can see a cooler and an empty beer can, you're screwed now. Now they have probable cause to search that cooler. But your first approach always needs to be, I do not consent, because without your consent, there's a good chance that any search they have and anything they find is going to be kept out of any kind of prosecution.
If I remember correctly, the term was fruit of the poisonous tree. Yeah. Is that the right terminology here?
That's a term that lawyers use, yes. Fruit of the poisonous tree means if they screw up early on, anything that happens after their screw up, they don't get to use. Yeah. So I do not answer questions. I do not consent if they want to search for something.
Is it a command or a request to clarify?
And yes, again, it's like, for example, if
lawful command, they can't, they don't use that. They don't have that option. They can't command you. They can arrest you, but they can't command you to do something. So there you go. I hadn't actually seen that one. Didn't realize it was an American one, but here we go. What's the next one? 5 the worst police stations in Australia. Let's have a look at that.
Time flies, huh? It's only been a mere year since our last worst of reviews, and it has been more than a year that we have paid attention to that pattern emerging of every rich suburb. All of the reviews were, they found my darling cat sprinkles for me. All very one colour. And it was a different colour, I'll give him that. But after a while, you started to see a pattern emerging of every rich suburb. All of the reviews were, they found my darling cat sprinkles for me. Thanks, Rosebank Police. 5 stars and a kiss. And then every time you went to a poor suburb, they pepper sprayed me 2-year-old in the eyes and he still kicked their ass. Go, Tyler! So obviously we're going to go to the POV suburbs. I've just been informed by the person that compiled this list for me that pepper spray one was not that far away from being reality. So we're just going to move on and not draw attention to accusations of police brutality, which leaves us with about 10 reviews. In case it isn't 100% crystal clear what this series is, we just go on Google reviews and look at the most hilarious reviews, usually which are 1 star, that are complaining about very petty, shall we say, problems that they have with these services. The first one, obviously, is from Campbelltown Police Station, which looks like it was designed by the exact same architect as that house that I was railing on in Lux Listings. It gets a sturdy 2.8 stars out of 5. Not bad. The first review, however, is 1 star from 3 years ago, where it says, call them 3 times due to excessive noise. It was obviously written by Kim's mum. Thought that was a Melbourne show. From the neighbour after 10 p.m, the policeman said he does not have any car at the station to come down to the place. It's really? Like it's Kathy Griffin on My Life on the D list. Just a, really? Seriously? You're that underfunded? Well, that's what you get from 10 years of the Liberal government. Vote them out. I don't believe, I'm talking about New South Wales, by the way. I know there was an election. I don't believe you guys could be called police anymore. You don't deserve it. How is that their fault that they can't afford a car? What do you think's happening here? Like, I honestly don't understand what, like, okay, that review, I think, belongs in Rose Bay, not in a poor suburb. You know what poverty looks like. It looks like not being able to afford a Ford Falcon. Police without car at the station, Australian joke of the year. Close. I think your review probably is, but, you know, let's put them in the running, shall we? Never come on time. Look, it's Campbelltown. They're busy. Campbelltown, Queen Street, deserted is simply, that's a cop-out. No street in Campbelltown should be named after royalty. Deserted is simply because of them. Stealing is a habit of the people. Again, like, you're really blaming the wrong people here for this. This is not the cops' fault. That's your fault. There is no law and order. Well, pay for higher council rates then, mate. Campbelltown is one of the worst suburbs ever because of them. Look, if you just got rid of the last 3 words of that sentence, bang on. Gosford, Jesus, as a YouTuber that reacts to things purely for ad rev, may I just say, goldmine. 1 star, unprofessional, rude behaviour. A car ran a red light, nearly T-boning me on the passenger side and killing me. Upon politely requesting that they pull over the car and drug and alcohol test them, the lady I talked to rudely remarked, just because he nearly crashed into you doesn't mean he's on drugs. Well, you know, thank you, Einstein. He's reacting to his own comment. Just need to sit back and relax for this one. It's ching, ching, ching. Here's another ad for KFC. However, you do not talk to someone like that who was nearly just killed. I'm starting to see why he gave them 1 star. I think it's still a bit harsh, maybe 2. What an absolute joke. A lot of people think the cops are, quote, absolute jokes. Like absolute vodka. Just 100% pure. And a waste of taxpayers' money. Look, it's pretty hard to argue that cop isn't a waste of taxpayers' money. So refusing to do a drug test on the suspicion that possibly, this is the most optimistic cop I've ever heard in my life, on the suspicion that they might not be on meth. Another 1 star, what a surprise, generally rude and arrogant. I've called before and spoke to a female officer who proceeded to tell me that the Constitution only existed in America. This is someone who's supposed to enforce the law. I laughed hard. Fair enough. And then wondered what oath they took in becoming a police officer. Look, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Unless you're a constitutional lawyer, anyone that brings up any point of, it's not in the Constitution, there is one thing that I can guarantee about them. that they can't read, let alone have read the Constitution, but going the extra mile and saying that the only Constitution on earth is in the United States. It's very obvious that the way they got their certificate to be a cop was someone rolling in one of those year 8 rainy day square TVs on the trolley being like, right, you're going to watch every law. It's not fair to ask your neighbours to stop having a party. I'm stunned beyond words. That's amazing. That means that pulled up by 4 hot side. Shame. 3 stars though. Queanbeyan Police Station. Queanbeyan has police. They defected my Civic the other day. Oh, I'm sure they were in the wrong for literally no reason. Of course, it's basically stock except for the 18-inch rims and cut springs. Just that. Apart from the fact that it's basically a Pip-mobile that bounces in pooty tank right off the factory floor. They say it's a death trap. Yeah, who are they to judge? I trust the man with 18-inch rims and cut springs. It has like an airbag, so it's all good. Okay, yeah, I've got kids bouncing around in the back that don't have fully formed spines or skulls yet, but if the car crashes, those babies, they're going to turn into jam. I'm going to be alive and I'll be able to make more babies. Loud. I like that he has to acknowledge that, but I reckon you can. Like, it's not that loud. I like that he has to acknowledge that it is somewhat loud. It does, you know. I would have like sent it and got away, yo. Surely I'm the one being had here.
Why?
1 star. I've already read the sentence, and let me tell you, it's pretty amazing. Come to my house thinking they know everything. I told you it was the Gosford of Gosford. Do some real police work and get your facts straight. I've really noticed this. Like, you know, when you ever listen to like low class lad rap, there's always this like, you think you're better than me, you think you finish year 4. They've always got this thing of like, you think you know everything you can spell. Who cares how many Facebook account a person has?
Right.
Are they freaking serious? Yeah, of course they are. Jesus, like, are they freaking serious? Yeah, of course they are. Jesus, like, I just don't understand how anybody wonders this. When you go to somewhere like Wyong or Woy Woy, obviously the cops are going to make the cops in Springfield look good. Bad cops, bad cops. That is really strange to think about, though, isn't it? Public servants in public saying we're on break. I wonder if ambulance drivers could get away with that shit. All the people are people. Take the law into your own hands, it would be more proactive. Yes, by definition, that would be more proactive. So thank you for that. Rang 131444. Isn't that like a cab number? And asked for Launceston Radio Room. Told it is Launceston Radio Room. Request police to Aurora Stadium. Person on phone does not know where that is as they are in Hobart. So why lie?
It's a shit.
What is this?
Let's go to the next one. Australian car crash dash cams. Let's have a look at that then. I don't like this one either, so let's react together, shall we? Oh, let me back that up. Back it up. Green light. Yeah. Whoa! So the white car was in the wrong.
Oh, that car went through a red light. You okay? Yeah, are you okay? Jesus in Christ. Poor Dad. So scared. Is he good?
That was a bingle. Oh. This is a dash cam compilation. Oh!
Watson in 1993, Lanning Watkins in 1995, Tom Kite in 1997, and Ben Crenshaw in 1999. Even though only Watson with 8 had won more majors than Nelson.
Open eyes. Oh my God. Dude, seriously. What are you doing? Get your license plate. Get the license plate. It's not a sound. Hang on. There we go. What? And the person at the back is at fault.
System does not recognize this command. Please rephrase your command.
Oh. Smash up derbies. Oh, sweet. That's awesome. Excellent. Good job. You absolutely will. This is office. This is in Victoria. Officer South. This is on this is the Western Ring Road. Yep. Oh dear. Hang on, let me back that up because it was saying looked like someone too far. Now watch someone here. Oh, the motorbike. Oh, over the top. Ow. Oh. Okay. Wondered what it hit. Ah, this is your typical Aussie back road. Oh. Give way. Give way. Okay, go. What the? Oh, he's chucking a Yui. Oh, Richard.
Fuck.
Oh, he's in a hurry. An accident.
Fuck.
Seems to be the standard response from us Aussies.
Fuck.
Oh Lord.
Oh shit, how did that happen?
Oh, stop, stop. Nope. Got hit up the backside. Oh, you idiot. What was that? Looks like it. Oh. We have laws in Australia that are called hooning laws, and Yeah, that would definitely come under. Oh, you dickhead. Impatient. Ah! Trying to turn left from right-hand lane. Well, don't hit that. That's a petrol truck. Don't do it. Don't do it. Ah! You're never going to win with a truck. Ever. Especially a petrol truck. And then the sound's gone again. Oh, dear. Oh, oh. What's that? Oh, that's like 10 cars. Not in the rain. Don't do it. Don't do it. He just ran a red light. That silver car. You dickhead. You dickhead. Oh!
No.
What? What does that mean?
It must be
Amazing.
funny to you guys.
Hit the police car.
Driving. Oh!
Did he do that
He
on
hit the
purpose?
police car.
Yeah, he was being chased.
Oh my god, he was. That has happened so often.
Must be weird watching
Oh, damn.
drivers driving on the wrong side of the road. Oh, good morning. Thank you, my darling. How are you? Sorry, I was getting carried away with the dash cam. Thank you, sweetheart. That's much appreciated. You know you don't have to do that. I've put the stream link top of chat if you want to jump in time. Anyone's welcome. Jump on up. I'm killing time. Well, I'm killing days because I'm waiting. I don't know if you caught the podcast on the weekend, but there is some yeah. I thought I'd do something different. I was trying to search. I've been searching for a different trial to do and to start, and I've been looking at the Chandler Helderson trial, which is weird. But I've actually got a hold. Maybe Wednesday, Thursday free because there's some big changes and big news coming. So I can't say any more than that. But I'm sort of in limbo. I didn't know whether to start a new trial and break it up or just fill in a couple of days and then go from after that. Because no worries, sweetheart. Whenever. I'm here. I thought we'd just do some Aussie stuff for a bit just to compare. Yes, so yes, that's where I'm at. I do like the look of the Chandler Helderson, although I watched like a documentary on it and pretty much know the full story now. They announced oh, really? Wow. I might have to well, when you jump on, we can watch that together if you like. Oh, announcing tomorrow. Okay. All right. There was a few things on this week. I actually haven't even looked at Court TV to see what's coming up, but we've got what have we got? Oh, we've got Ty's status hearing on Wednesday, which it starts at 1 in Florida time. So yeah, there's a motion in there that is going to affect how the next trial, depending on how it goes. All right, let's keep a watching.
Oh my god.
I know. Oh. Why isn't there sound on these? Bloody hell. Let's see if I can. I've got it boosted to 430%, so it's not this. No, see, it's got this. Oh! Shouldn't be going that fast down a rural street. Ugh. Jesus. I have to go back. I was too busy looking at the car on the left. Oh, straight into that pole. Oh, truckie, no stop. Truckie, no stop. Stop, stop. Oh. Really? It just keeps going. Gonna clip the tail of that. Oh. Some people just can't drive. Oh. Now that black car was in the wrong because it was turning. Oh.
Marcel said it was impossible to leave the factory without a written permission slip signed by a supervisor.
Now, these country roads, the worst thing that can happen out here, kangaroos and wombats. They have destroyed cars, absolutely destroyed them just by purely jumping out, especially if there's, brush along the side of the road and just on dusk. I was actually going to put up Miss Mandy's site. Where is it? There it is. Oh. Actually, that looks like it's in Thornton. I think that's in country Victoria.
They describe her as attractive. What we can say safely, given the known facts of the case, is that Phoebe Kopus was a pretty normal seeming.
Got hit in the back. I want to look at the roads.
Wow.
And bang. Oh. This looks like the Western Ring Road again. Yeah, Wellington Road. Oh, that was his rear cam. What the? What the actual? Yep. Oh. Tell he's a country boy. Oh. Fuck, look at the damage. This looks like packing them. Hallam. Yeah. Wasn't far wrong. Oh. Oh.
Fucking idiot.
Aussies like the F-bomb.
Oh, oh.
Ooh. Oh. What?
Oh my gosh. No, can you call them? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, I thought that.
Well, that went for a slide, didn't it? Wrong side of the road. Oh. See how easy and quick shit like that can happen. Ugh. It's like my car, except one's black. Oh. And the steep embankment down the side there too. Now, this is a bastard of a thing that happens a lot in Australia. You have so much traffic and you enter the intersection on a green light to turn right, and the traffic you don't realise is banked up ahead of you. And by the time the light changes, you're stuck behind 3 cars in the middle of an intersection. And you've got nowhere to go. See how they're stuck there? Oh, and the truck just plows through like a dickhead.
This is expensive technology. The Toyota RAV4 Hybrid is very simple scenario. It costs $3,000 more to use X amount less fuel. I can work out the back of an envelope that I can pay that difference back into my couple of years. If the Nissan doesn't have that,
Oh, that dickhead.
I suggest it probably won't.
Road rage. Painter.
Less fuel efficient.
Oh, missed it.
And it will be a little bit less fuel efficient.
Whoa. Oh, you idiot. Looks like it's over the Balti Bridge. Looks like Melbourne. Oh. Oh. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh. The fuck?
Is that actually what it is, Mark?
Yeah, that actually is what it is.
Stop. Stop. Stop.
Oh!
Oh.
Fuck me. Fuck. Go that way. Off the road. I don't have any fucking wheel or anything.
Keep moving. Oh!
Oh, fuck! Fuck! Oh! Were they talking to someone who ripped a bunch of copper wiring out of a? They were a kid and they ripped a bunch of copper wiring. If you get,
This is really.
ripped a bunch of.
What? What did they fly like that?
They were a kid and they ripped a bunch of copper wiring off.
I don't get it. No, this is a no, stop. Oh. See how dark it is in Australian roads at night? It's obviously in a truck. The lights aren't working, so oh.
哎呦我操嘞！这他妈也撞啊！真假的？啊！
Oh my god. You're not wrong. Oh! Seems like a common sense.
Oh my
What
god.
the hell?
Oh, shit! Watch the curb. Fuck me. There we go.
Oh! 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 You hit a truck on the wrong side of the road, you dick. Uh-oh.
What? Holy shit! Oh! You right, Bella?
Yeah.
Oh, far out! Oh, man!
You asked for that. Oh, I lost it. Yeah. Spun out. It's on the way down to Phillip Island, I think. You idiot! You idiot! Why do motorcycles do that? Ugh. The truck still keeps going.
Morning walks together every morning.
What?
Fuck! You right, Bubba?
Lucky his pipes and ladder and that was secured. That can become a projectile. Seen that happen before.
Okay? I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
No, we're fine. We're fine. We'll just pull in over
Yeah,
here.
no worries.
Oversized load ahead. Okay. Do you know how much money it costs in Australia to actually organise that transportation with a car in the front and the car at the back? Oh, they're going to hit the bridge. They're going to hit the bridge. Ah! Stop! It's going to hit it. Oh, no. Bloody hell. All right, what else did I find in here? 6 dumb Aussie cops who got owned. All right, then.
From wishing injury upon innocent civilians to the most unintimidating interactions with the most uneducated cops in the country.
Go outside the bollard, please. No, this is public property here, mate. No, this is not a public property. Yes, it is. It's public property. Okay.
Today, we bring you the naughty boys in blue from down under.
Okay.
Let's get into it.
As long as it's under 10 kilometers an hour, it's going around people. There was a bunch of kids. Yeah, I can ride anywhere. The law says that.
This is YouTuber E-Skater, who was pulled over by police for using his electric skateboard on the road and footpaths in April of 2024. These officers, however, are in for a shock as he is better educated on current legislation than they are.
That means is you're telling me one thing, I'm thinking it's another from my experience. These guys
I know, it's only because it's a new law. So I've given you the letter, I've given you all that.
Yeah, I'll take a photo of your letter. Just bear with me.
I'll get the letter back out for you.
Last time I checked, mate, that is not a roadworthy vehicle.
It's not a vehicle.
It's 100% a vehicle.
It's 100% not a vehicle.
It's not a motorised vehicle according to you.
It's not a motorised vehicle or anything. It's a mobility aid. As soon as I have my letter, it stops being a vehicle. It becomes a mobility aid. You can shake your hand as long as much as you like, but that's the law.
I'm not shaking it, mate.
That's the law. Like, and I've gone through this so many times. I've gone through court. I've actually got one of them pending as well now in court. I don't mind. It makes me happy going to court for these.
Having a disability is hard enough as it is, but at constantly being stopped due to officers' lack of knowledge, I think anyone else would have a similar reaction.
Mr. Kitchener?
Lee's only comes from Kitchener, and it's a motor vehicle.
Are you reading the law?
It's a motor vehicle.
When you finish reading the law, tell me it's a motor vehicle.
Where does it fall under a motor vehicle? Which part of legislation?
Just look up the electric scale. I don't know legislation numbers and stuff, but I know I've been to court and I've won every time. So just, yeah, I know because I'm right. I've been through court. I've won.
Well, I'll give you that back.
So just go into the laws. Just look up the law yourself. You should know how to do that.
I'll give you your ID back. Have you got that thing for me to take a photo? Your doctor's certificate.
I've got 3 of them, but this one will do.
Yep.
The one you had.
Are you happy for me to take one, or are you going to take all of them?
Nah, one will do.
This is the latest?
Yeah. Oh, they're all latest. I want you to, because I'm telling you, look the law up and you're going to see that you're completely in the wrong. You are completely in the wrong.
We can give you a lift home if it's that bad.
Are you looking up the law? Quickly, finish looking. Oh my God, just look up the law. Look up the actual law.
Tell me the legislation. Tell me the legislation.
I don't know how to do this, but I'm going to look it up for you. I'm going to go into the laws for you. I'm not good at this, but I'm going to find it for you.
Eventually, finding the law he was talking about, they had nothing to do but let him go with no tickets.
You're going to do nothing about it, or you're going to arrest me, and you're going to get in trouble. I don't give a f***.
Road transport legislation, it's an amendment.
Yes, thank you. February 24 last year told you. Yes, wow.
Road transport. If that's the case, then you can ride it on the footpath.
I can ride it anywhere as long as it's under 10 kilometres.
No, you cannot. That's not how it works.
Oh my God, as long as it's under 10 kilometres an hour, it's going around people. There was a bunch of kids. Yeah, I can ride anywhere. The law says that.
It's a win for him.
Yeah, everything. It's a win for him. Thank you. Thank you. That was actually really satisfying. Thank you so much.
The objection is regulated road rules 24.
Thank you. I know I'm correct, and I showed you the legislation, but I know I'm not your boss, but I showed you the legislation. You're holding.
Then you go, oh, I want my phone back, and I go, what's your phone? You take it back.
I just showed you the legislation. You read it.
You showed me something on your phone.
Not on my phone. I showed you it was the Australian government website. You saw the top. It said. I'll go back to it and show you again.
I'm waiting for my sighted to do it. You drive down the road and you have an accident, and I find out that the legislation is bogus. I'm then liable partially.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
You got a point there.
For your safety.
For everyone's safety, to be honest. It is not a registered vehicle, and I know what you're going to say. It's a mobility scooter. That's fine.
It's a mobility aid.
mobility aid. I accept that that's what you're calling it.
Not what I'm calling it. It's the law.
Okay. Well, we're looking the law up right now. We're double checking it. Okay, and then you're free to go. It's that easy. But the understanding is that is not a mobility aid as far as I know. I've called in an operative who has specialist training in this.
It doesn't look like he's specialist trained in
He
it.
is, mate.
He doesn't. He has to go check. He's going to look up on a thing.
This is their job.
He obviously
And that's
isn't
why.
trained very well.
He's got access to all of it. I don't have it, mate. I'm in a
He's coming back. He's coming back to let you know.
Relax. Couldn't tell you, mate.
Under 10.
Under 10.
Thank you. I've got it set to under 10.
Yep, you do.
Yes, so I can't go over 10. That's why I was going so slow. That's why I was holding up traffic.
Allowed, and it wants him to be on the road.
Doesn't matter. Anywhere. Anywhere. Shopping centre. Anywhere. Yeah, I'm still dealing with them. They're just working out.
See you later.
Thank you. I knew I was right. Thanks, dudes. You can get out of my way now. Thanks.
Don't have to be rude about it.
While it's unfortunate to see these officers wasting tax dollars on their own unfamiliarity with the legislation around mobility aids, at least they didn't let their emotions overrule common sense like the following officers.
When we see people filming our cars and everything, it can be considered quite dangerous.
It's the 1st of October,
You're allowed to do that
2023.
in Australia?
The auditor was taking a stroll on a public sidewalk in New South Wales when he started to film police vehicles parked outside the station. Completely legal within Australia, just like the US.
Plates DD01QC. Well, I couldn't reveal what the project's for, but I'm working on a project.
Who's that?
What's your name, sir? Stephen?
Yeah, you're recording, are you?
Yeah. It's recording and taking photos for the project.
Is that?
Yeah.
Somebody caught you then.
Go ahead, no issue.
Where do you live?
Where do I live? I live in New South Wales.
Okay. You're
Yeah.
playing that like that. No worries, man.
I'm not playing anything, mate.
Is there any reason why you're recording the police cars?
I'm just working on a project. It's part of my
What's the
project.
project?
I can't reveal the project. It might compromise what I'm working on. But
So do you
what's your
understand-
name? What's
do you
your name? Sorry.
understand? Do you understand why this officer was saying what you're saying? In the current climate,
Sure.
when we see people filming our cars and everything, it can be considered quite dangerous.
Oh, well, I think I was reasonable. I answered. You
Well,
asked
you,
me a
you said
question.
it's for a project. You haven't told me what project.
Yeah, it might compromise the project. So
What do
I
you
can't.
mean by that?
I can't go further into it. But
Why can't you go? So you're not answering any of our questions.
I can't go further into it.
The sergeant claimed that he was a security risk and was determined to know his details. As the auditor refused, he started to rant and escalate the situation. Australia too isn't safe from the feelings police.
And our colleagues, so there's no need for you to, unless you want to be honest with me and tell me why you're doing it,
I don't have to answer questions.
then you don't have to be here.
That's not how it works.
It does. It is how it's working.
No, you can. Anyone
Because
can.
I'm fearful for my officer's safety. You're filming our cars.
You're the ones
Listen, no, I'm talking now. Okay, you're filming our cars.
Okay.
All I'm asking is for a reason why, so I can be satisfied that you're not going to do anything silly.
Sure.
All right. In the current climate, how dangerous it is.
Sure.
We don't know you. You
Sure.
don't know us.
Okay.
But when my officer's safety at risk
Mhm.
because I see you filming our cars,
Sure.
that's a genuine concern for me. So as a sergeant of police, I'm going to ask you again to tell me what and why you're doing it, or produce some ID, or move along. As
Sure.
simple
Well,
as that.
firstly, I spoke with some of your officers before. They didn't have an issue with it, right?
They don't, but I do.
Okay. Now I've explained to you that I'm here, right? I'm just recording in public. It's not an issue.
Yeah, that's
right?
not an issue. That's right.
It's perfectly
I don't
fine.
have an issue.
I don't have anything on me. You guys are three people with guns. I have nothing on me, right?
The auditor maintains a calm demeanor, refusing to give in to the sergeant's ignorant orders. Unsurprisingly, though, this sergeant isn't used to not having his way.
I'm not a security risk at all. I'm just walking around.
How do I know? How do I know?
Okay, well, that's...
No, my question was, how do I know? Because you refuse to tell me who you are. You refuse to tell me why you're filming the police cars. I'm speaking. You refuse to tell me why you're filming the police cars. So you are a risk. You can record me all you want, mate. I'm not doing anything wrong, just
Sure.
like you, apparently.
I'm not, yeah.
That's right. You can record in public.
Sure.
But you're recording our police cars. That's the issue I have with.
It's
because
not-
it's a safety. Yes,
it's
it is.
not a
It's
crime.
a safety risk.
It's not a crime.
But it's a safety risk.
Okay.
Because I don't know why you are and what you're going to do with that.
Sure.
And if you're not going to tell me, then I'm going to ask you to respectfully move on and keep filming down
Is
there.
that an order or is that a
I
request?
don't need to order. I can give you a move on direction. If you want to fail to comply and be arrested, that's up to you.
Okay.
All for nothing. Or you can keep your Sunday night rolling and have fun, or ruin it. It's up to you. But this is my request I'm giving you out of fairness. I don't believe that what you're doing is right because I feel it's a safety risk. Okay?
Sure thing. Yeah.
You're not wearing this uniform, so you don't understand that.
If you came up with a good attitude, I would have been more than happy.
My officer has been giving you a good attitude.
Yeah, he was a good attitude, but you came up to me and you started screaming and going, wow, wow, wow.
Screaming, am I?
Well,
I'm talking with assertiveness, mate, because I'm being serious.
Okay, I'm being serious as well, yeah.
You can watch your cop shows and think you know all your lingo you want.
That's not how it works.
Well, that's obviously what you think I'm doing. I'm not screaming. I'm talking loudly because it's serious to me.
Okay.
All right? So I'm going to ask you one more time. Either produce your ID so I know who I'm talking to and what you're doing, or move along. Okay. Simple as that.
Sure.
So what option are you going to choose?
I'm going to choose my own option.
Eventually, GS audits here had to walk away, with the sergeant's tone getting increasingly more aggressive. Who knows what might have happened if he didn't? Just like this officer, the next let their ego get the better of them too, or more so, her smart mouth.
Shit for brains, read the law.
Do not talk to me like that.
How's it? Do you want two of them?
Back with Auditor E-Skater, who catches the moment an officer's feelings get in the way of her duty to protect and serve.
You can't ride that.
I actually can. I'm disabled, and I have a disabled letter.
Okay, just see the letter then. Hey man, you can't ride on the footpath.
Okay, dude.
Yes,
are you dealing with me or him?
What's that? Both of you.
Oh, well, I don't know this dude.
No, I'm dealing with you.
Okay. Like, if you're busy with him, like who? I don't understand. Like.
Yeah, I'm busy with both of you.
Okay, there's my letter. You know the law was changed, obviously. I'm assuming you do. It'll fall apart. Please don't let it fall apart. Please don't let it fall apart. It's been, someone's get pulled up 3-4 times a day.
What is experiences have you left?
I can't walk properly. Dude, I'm actually in a rush. Like, I have an appointment to get to. It's frustrating when it happens multiple times a day, you know what I mean? And I'm a disabled person, I have all the stuff. Just look it up. You'll see it's the law.
Surprisingly, the dumbest cop is yet to come into the mix.
So I'm committing an offence riding my mobility device. I don't understand the offence. What offence have I committed? But I'm not riding. I'm using a mobility device. No. You've got to look at the law. It's not a ride. It's not a skateboard anymore. It's a mobility. It's just like if someone was on a wheelchair or if someone was using crutches. I can't walk properly. There's an exemption from February 24.
I'll make inquiries into it. It needs to have an expiry date on it too.
I'm disabled forever.
Well, you're supposed to get a medical certificate issued every 12 months. You can't have one indefinitely forever.
I'm disabled forever. It's a disability that isn't going away.
What about medical certificates now? Medical certificates have to have an expiry date.
Well, that's less than a year anyway.
I know that, but it still has to have an expiry when it expires. You can't just have an issue date and that's it.
Dudes, I need to get to the doctor. I need to get to my doctor anyway.
Go get another medical certificate that gives us an expiry date.
Yeah.
Do you have proof that you're going to the doctor right now?
No, and that's not. I don't give a fuck.
You do what we need to do. Do not swear at us.
No, you're having goes at me like I'm not doing anything wrong. No, I'm not. No, it's not illegal.
It is illegal.
I'm sorry, they changed the law so it's not.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, they didn't. Yeah, February 24 last year. Yes, I do. I know the law better than you, obviously. I obviously do.
Obviously do.
Obviously do. Check the law. Read it. Read it. Read it. Shit for brains. Read the law.
Do not talk to me like that.
How's it? Do you want two of them? Get away from me. Get away from me.
No worries. All right. See you later.
Thank you. I'll enjoy the shit out of it. It's fun for me. Get away from me.
Did you catch that last little comment there? Way to go, officer. If that comment was given the other way around, do we think that may have been taken as a threat? Let us know in the comments down below.
No, I'm not going nowhere.
Well, then stay in the
because
car.
hassling us right now?
It's an RBT, mate.
Next up, a couple of friends were going about their day when they were pulled over by several police officers for a random breath test. As one of them tries to get out of the vehicle, things quickly escalate.
Stay in the car, stay in the car, stay in the car.
Why? Why? I haven't done anything wrong. Why? No, I haven't done nothing wrong.
Stay in the car.
Why?
Because
I don't want to stay in the car. Am I under arrest? Have I done something wrong? Then I want to get out of my car, man. No, I'm not going nowhere.
Well, then stay in the
because
car.
you are hassling us right now.
It's an RBT, mate.
I remember you. You handcuffed me.
From me.
I remember you. You handcuffed me. You moved back from me.
You moved back from me.
What's your name? Because you're here too. Gray. Sorry. And this is going to cost you.
You're about to be locked up for hindering a police investigation.
This is going to cost you.
Move away. You're not detained. Go away.
This is going to cost you. I've got a lawyer. And you know that I've got a lawyer. It's going to cost you, mate. I'll be man.
Don't swear.
That's not swearing. That's in the dictionary. I remember you. You handcuffed me down there. Remember? Yeah, you pushed me and handcuffed me for no reason because you thought you were tough. Yeah, you don't know that court date's coming, mate. It's coming. Trust me, it's coming. I've got multiple cases against you, and there's more coming.
It appears as if this guy has some history with our sergeant on scene, and he was not afraid to make it known.
Remember that day when you were showing off how tough you were and you handcuffed me? You're going to pay for that, mate. And now you're trying to do more, and you're going to pay for this. It doesn't matter what you're doing. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care what you're doing, mate. I don't care. Laugh, mate. It's not going to be funny when you got to pay me damages, mate. It's not going to be funny. Bloody hell, man. Just because I looked at you, he's had to stop the car because I was looking at you. That's the only reason, because I was looking at you, mate. You think he's a so...
Listen, that's the first time. If you swear again in a public place, you'll be arrested.
Get out of my personal space.
Do you understand me?
Get out of my personal space. You told me to get out of your personal space.
I'm now giving you a move on direction. You're sworn in a public place.
I'm in the car.
Giving you a move on direction.
Like anything. You're really trying.
Thank you.
You're really trying to arrest me, eh?
Move on. Or you're not complying with the move on direction.
How far do I have to go?
Move. Leave the area.
How far?
All right, I'll do it formally. Go
Are
away.
you for real?
Keep moving.
Man, how can you live with yourself? For any little thing. You're going to be famous now. You're going to be famous. You're going to be famous, mate.
With no legal basis to remove the auditor from the scene, he continued to exercise his right to film in public with no further implications, other than hurting this Aussie cop's ego, reminding Australians they do have a spine when it comes to situations like this, something the following auditor from Down Under also understands. This auditor goes by the name of Aussie Nathan. When taking some videos of the Parramatta courthouse, our sergeant from the New South Wales Sheriff's Office comes out to confront him.
Are you making a video?
Yeah, making a video.
Yeah, I can't make it here.
Why not?
I can't make it. Go from the bollards, go outside the bollards, please.
No, this is public property here, mate.
No, this is not a public property.
Yes, it is. It's public property.
Okay. My name is Sergeant Kang. I'm the officer in charge here.
Yep.
The reason I'm talking to you, you are making a video here, which is unlawful. You need to move out from the bollards.
How's that unlawful?
Okay.
What law is that? What law is that?
This is a court premises.
It's public property. This is government property, public property.
My officer in charge is coming.
This is public photography. I'm allowed to record anything I want when I'm in public.
You need to know your rights. I know my rights.
I know my rights. You don't have no rights when you got that uniform on. You don't have no rights when you got that uniform on. I'm the one with rights, not you.
The sergeant, growing frustrated here, called to his supervisor to come and assist. However, just like the previous cop, both, unknown how to God, had no understanding of the laws at hand.
This is public property.
No, it's not, sir. I'm
Yeah, it is.
council. No, it's not.
Where's the signs? Where's the signs that say?
It doesn't have to be signage up to.
Where is the signs? Where is the
and where
signs?
public property is, sir.
Where's the signs?
Let me continue to finish, sir. Okay, so where your public property comes.
No, that's wrong. Because he just said outside the bollards. Now you're changing it.
Your public property comes through this way.
Listen to them, sir.
Okay, your public property.
This is all public property.
This is council property here.
No, not council, public. We pay for this building. I don't have to tell you my name.
Okay, while you're on court property, sir, under the Court Security Act 2005, I have a right to ask you for your question, who you are and what you're here for. If you deem to say no, you don't have to, that is an offence. Under the Court Security Act 2005,
and you can be arrested for that, sir. So I'll ask you again, what is your name?
I'll step off the property.
Excellent. So just to let you know, sir, the property, like I said.
What are you talking about? I don't have to give you my name anyway.
It's a different colour of the what's the name?
This guy just told me.
So I'm talking to you.
Yeah, well, can I speak as well? You don't have to talk over top of me.
I'm not talking over the top of you. You're still on our property.
Oh, what a foot.
Yeah, that's still well.
It's not your property. To be honest,
so you
the
still
government.
want to go against the Court Security Act. So
Oh, well.
excellent. So now you're off our property, aren't you?
The sergeant, incapable of distinguishing between public and private property, continued to intimidate the auditor to protect what little of his ego he seems to have left.
Unless I have been arrested, I do not have to give you my name and details.
Sir. That is incorrect. You are now quoting what is incorrect, sir. On the Court Security Act 2005, on court property, a sheriff's officer has a right to ask you what's your name and why you're doing that. Failing to do that and refusing to do that may be an offence under the Court Security Act.
Maybe.
Yeah, we can arrest you for that.
You can't arrest me.
Yes, we can.
No, you can't.
You're refusing
No,
to do
you
that,
can't.
sir.
No, you can't.
So please stay off the land, okay?
You can't know every single law.
I know all the law pertains to my job, sir. Thank you very much.
All
okay,
right.
I don't need somebody coming here quoting facts. Okay,
Quoting facts. It's a fact. Exactly. It's a fact. You just said to it. You said
their facts. Didn't say
their
they're the
facts.
right facts.
You said no. You didn't say their facts. You said
You
quoting
can try and put
facts.
as much words into my mouth as you want, sir. That's entirely up to you. But I'm saying, while you're on court property, okay? Court property, you're governed under the Court Security Act 2005. Failing to give a name or a reason why you're on court property isn't under the Court Security Act.
I do not have to give my name for nobody.
So, when you're requested by a sheriff's officer under the Court Security Act 2000, I advise them that that's fine to record on public property, okay? Just don't record in through the doors. Stay behind the bollards, not a problem.
Yeah, that's all I was going to do. But you told me to move out here now.
Because you failed to give me your name.
I don't have to give you my name to be able to record in public.
I didn't say you have to give me my name to record in public, so stop twisting words
Inside
around.
the building, yes, I understand.
No, I've asked you.
And
okay?
I know I'm not allowed to record inside the building.
On court property. On court property. Understand that. Court property, okay?
Public property.
Court property.
Public property. Court property is public property.
The Court Security Act. So the bounds of the
So you can just make a line in the ground to say where you're from.
It's quite easy. You can see. You can see yourself. You can see the shelf with the change of colour of the pavement, outlined, the boundaries.
Governed by the court, but it's public property.
And
public
governed
owner.
by the court, and it's still under Court Security Act 2005.
Okay. Oh look, there's a bike police officer over there. There's a motorbike over there. Go get him.
The auditor waited for the higher-ups to arrive as he and the rest of you are well aware that he's on the right side of the law.
There's three different sides. I'm not doing nothing wrong. I'm just recording.
I'm sure it's also Friday, so I don't know. You've called out to me about someone potentially doing something wrong. You've done nothing wrong.
Yeah.
You now ask me about another interaction with another officer.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to speak on the other officer.
Yeah, well, he's saying he said one thing in there. The sergeant in there said one thing that I couldn't go past these bollards. Then they come running, and then he's saying I can't be on here unless I give my name.
Well, I'm just going to tell you, under court security, you can't film around the courts. Okay, you can't film in courts or on the court property. So that's what the officers are asking.
Well, he didn't say that. He said I can't as long as I give him my name.
No matter what I'm telling you now. Right?
Yeah.
You've got a problem with it.
I don't have a problem.
Just move you on.
Look, you can't because I'm not intimidating nobody. I'm not disorderly.
Mate, I don't answer questions.
I don't answer questions. I like it. I like it. I don't answer questions. You are a tyrant. Here they are. I like it, bud.
Ultimately, the officers had to do the walk of shame, giving the auditor the last laugh. This shows how terrible some officers are when it comes to common sense.
Which is my right.
I'm not saying it's not, but I know.
I don't have a problem. I have a problem with police that don't do their jobs, yeah.
Back in October of 2023 now, this auditor was recording a public sidewalk and some police cars that were parked outside of a station when a couple of female officers approached him and didn't seem too happy with his recording.
Excuse me, who are you? What's your name and serial number? Okay.
What you're doing, filming the police car's name.
Yeah.
Is there any reason though?
Well, if you don't want to identify yourselves, then I don't have anything to further discuss with you. Oh, I don't answer questions. Sorry. So we have. I don't answer questions.
Do you have any ID on you?
What reasonable suspicion do you have that I'm committing a crime or about to commit a crime?
Sorry?
What's your name? Sorry.
You're filming the police cars.
So you're going to fail to identify. Okay.
No. Did I say that?
I'm asking you, when a member of the public asks what your name is, it's
Why don't you take your mask off so we can see who you are?
No,
No, exactly.
I
Why
would
don't
take.
you tell me who you are?
No.
No, because you were in that police station yesterday making a complaint.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
The auditor refused to identify himself as he had committed no crime. As for the officer's ego, though, it was fragile and hurt, so instinctively, she continued to escalate the situation.
I don't have a problem. I have a problem with police that don't do their jobs, yeah, correctly.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with police. I've walked past many police this week that haven't had an issue with me doing this.
Well, I'm just asking you a question. Why are you filming the police cams? You've got no reason to be filming.
Maybe if you identify, maybe I'd try and
Senior
assist.
Constable Smith from St. George Police.
Okay, well, I'm working on a project today.
Yeah, what's your project?
Might compromise the details, so I can't go any further
What's
into
your
it.
project?
I can't go into it, I'm sorry.
Right, well, you need to stop filming the police cars.
Is that an order?
Yeah.
Okay, if I fail to do that, will I be placed under arrest?
I'm giving you a move on direction.
If I fail to move on, will I be placed under arrest?
Yes.
Okay. How do I make a complaint?
You know how to, because you were in there yesterday doing the exact same thing, mate. Right to the commander, okay? But at this point in time, I'm asking you to move on from the police station, okay?
Yep.
Off you go.
I'm moving on.
Let's go.
There's no requirement on how
Stop
fast.
filming the police car.
That's not how it works. I'm moving on, as requested.
As these cops were afraid of the camera, the auditor was illegally instructed to move on. Under duress, he proceeded to leave the scene, following their direction and complying with their emotionally driven orders. Thanks for watching our video. If you learned something new or were even just entertained and want to keep it up, hit subscribe and click the video on screen right now. And most of all, stay safe.
Well, there you go. It it appears that we have dickheads in Australia just as much as America. Police urban legends debunked. All right. This will be the last one. 3 types of police encounters and how to deal with them.
Welcome back to the Aussie Prepper channel and welcome back to another video. Today we will be speaking about police encounters with the public, or more to the point, the 3 most common encounters that you may have with police in your day-to-day life. The first one would be a consensual encounter, which could be you attending the police station to report something, or you attending the police station to ask some questions about something, or make an inquiry about something, or even you yourself calling the police to come to your house to investigate a possible crime or incident. Maybe you've had an issue with your neighbour, maybe your letterbox got blown up, maybe your house got broken into, your car got damaged, or something has happened that you wish to communicate to police. The main recommendation for those sort of encounters is be as accurate as possible in your reporting of any incidents. Do not admit to any wrongdoing on your part. And most importantly, do not provide more information than absolutely necessary. So don't go saying, I believe my neighbour across the road has blown up my letterbox. I absolutely hate that guy. If I ever catch him do anything like that myself, I'm going to kill him. People tend to say stuff like that to appear tough or to appear passionate about what's happened. But at the end of the day, what if something happens to your neighbour 3 months down the track? You'll be the #1 suspect. So just be careful what you say. Don't say stupid things. Stick to the facts, and you should be fine in consensual police encounter. Now, the second police encounter you might find yourself in is an investigatory stop or encounter. During this encounter, you could be a witness or suspect, and in a lot of cases, you will not know which one you are. So if you're being stopped for random breath test, police are investigating whether you have any alcohol in your system while you're driving your car. So they will actually ask you questions as you get pulled over and stopped. They might ask you, have you had any alcoholic drinks? How long since you've last had a drink? Where are you coming from? Where are you going? And these are just common questions that police will ask you. And they might already know where you're coming from. They might have seen you pull out of the parking lot of your local pub or club. So they're just testing your response to their question. They're investigating a potential crime. They saw your car drive out of the car park of the pub. They don't know if you're the designated driver. They've pulled you over. They're asking you, the first question is, where have you been? Where are you going? Have you had any alcohol to drink? So if you turn around and say stuff like, oh, I've just come from my friend's house and I'm going home, well, they already know that you're lying because they saw you pull out of the pub. Under the same heading, you might get encounters where police will want to speak to you in relation to a crime. Now, they might believe you're a witness to the crime, or they might believe you're suspect of the crime, or they don't really know if you're a witness or suspect, and they're speaking to you to find out. So you might have been a witness to a robbery, a witness to a car accident, or any other sort of incident, and police will want to speak to you in relation to that incident to ascertain more information about what may have happened. Or police may treat a potential suspect as a witness, and they will speak to that person as if they were a witness, ascertaining further information, and maybe that person will disclose information to police that police know only the suspect would know. So be aware, police are trained in these sort of interview techniques. They will pick up on the smallest thing that you might say. And you might mention a fact as a witness that police believe only a suspect would know. And therefore, you have just gone from witness to suspect. Now, just because you have done nothing wrong does not mean that you're not a suspect in the police eyes. They might have a description of an offender that matches you, or they may have CCTV camera footage of the person wearing the same or similar clothing to what you're wearing near the incident of the crime. 20 people that we know of in the US have been wrongfully executed. They were innocent and they were on death row and they were executed just for being in the wrong place at the wrong time. So don't believe just because you've done nothing wrong, just because you've committed no crime, that you will not be a suspect and that you will not be charged and that you will not be convicted of any crime. If that's what you believe, you have too much faith in the legal system. What I recommend and do personally, and this is not legal advice, is read the situation very, very closely. You can also ask police whether you are a suspect or a witness. They may just say that at this stage you are a witness, even though in the back of their mind they believe that you may be a suspect. But it never hurts to ask, I guess. Also consider that you do not have to participate, and I would highly recommend, if you believe that you may be a suspect, being investigated to obtain legal advice, whether you have done wrong or not. Generally speaking, you cannot talk yourself out of being a suspect. However, you can quickly talk your way into becoming a suspect. Obviously, every single situation is different, and you need to make your own assessment, and if you're unsure, obtain legal advice immediately. Now, the third and most serious police interaction is you being arrested. At the stage of arresting you, police believe that they have enough evidence against you to lay criminal charges. And if you have been arrested, there's absolutely no upside to speaking to police or being interviewed by police without first seeking legal advice. There's no way of talking yourself out of the situation. Police have already made up their mind that you are the guilty person. That's why you're arrested. If they did not have enough evidence, or if they did not believe they had enough evidence against you, you would not be arrested. You'd still be walking the streets. And it is absolutely imperative that you seek legal advice before participating in any interview with police, especially if you are innocent. You're not going to talk your way out of the situation. Police are trained investigators and interviewers, and they can easily get you to say stuff during the interview that will be detrimental to your defence later down the line. The biggest number one advice I can give anyone once you've been arrested: seek legal advice. Do not agree to an interview without seeking legal advice first and having legal representation present with you during the interview. And this applies especially if you are not guilty, if you know you have not committed the crime. Now, an extra bit of advice I can give you: there's no point fighting the police when you're being arrested. They will always win. There's more of them than what there's of you. They've got capsicum sprays, batons, firearms, etc., etc. You will not win. The only thing that will happen is you will end up with additional charges of resisting arrest, assaulting police, etc., etc. So if you're being arrested, go quietly, invoke your right to silence, seek legal advice, and be cooperative, but do not agree to speak or be interviewed in relation to the incident that you're being arrested for unless you have obtained legal advice. Now, I must have said obtain legal advice 20 times, and that is how important it is. Now, if you've got any questions about anything you saw in today's video, leave your comment down below, and I will do my best to get to it.
All right. Well, there you go. So a lot of our laws are similar-ish. And there may be different wording, but yeah, on the whole, they're pretty. Well, we don't have the Constitution, obviously, but yeah. You have dickheads in the US and we have dickheads out here. That's the upshot of it. And apparently us Aussies like dropping the F-bomb way more than anyone else. So there you go. All right, my lovelies. With that, I am going to tune out, sign off. I might catch up with Mandy tomorrow for Karen reads the verdict from the appeals court. That will be interesting. That will be interesting. So, bye-bye, darling. Thank you for being here again. I'll find something for tomorrow. I'll find something. I might start the Chandler. Oh, Chandler, I can't even say his last name. Oh, my Lord. The Snapchat killer. That's what I'm calling him. All right, darlings. Mwah. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And we can go back to American Crime tomorrow. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep. He sure is. All right, my darlings. Same time, same place, same bad channel tomorrow night. Tomorrow morning for you. Stay tuned. Bye-bye.
Justice served in an honest fight. True crime tales till the verdict's right. Solving more than just trivial quests, where sentences rule at the defense rests. Justice served in an honest fight. True crime tales till the verdict's right. Solving more than just trivial quests, where sentences rule at the defense rests.